really how to do a turn in an improper way. So let's watch, nice and slow and controlled. So dip and slip is, you know, you're just hanging out on the wall, and when you leave the wall, this is a proper way to do it. If you do that every time, you're going to have a better turn. Okay, you should always turn low. Okay, there's no need when you're at the wall to lift the head up. One of the encouraging ways you can do that is by taking a mat or something kind of soft, a kickboard, let's say, and just lay it over the wall. Swimmers should be able to rotate in about 8 to 10 inches of water. They really even less than that, but they shouldn't need more than that. If they're any higher than that, that means they're lifting their head up and even bringing their shoulders up out of the water. Let's watch her come in and do a turn underneath this, and this is at full speed. Stay low, keep the head down, and rotate through. Let's do a full breaststroke turn now. The breaststroke turn doesn't start at the wall. It starts 3 strokes before the wall, where you make adjustments so you hit the wall in rhythm. You don't want to jam the wall, you don't want to be too long, so you have to read that 3 strokes out. Then, when you hit the wall, small, narrow, low, turn in that top column, push off in the line, get your narrow pull out, keep your head down as you kick out to the surface. Let's watch one. As you come into the wall, you start sizing up the wall right now so you get the full extension, knees up, push off in a line, get on your stomach, top kick, pull through, and to the surface. The breaststroke turn done well can make a huge difference in a meet. When you're coming into the wall, you really start judging the turn 3 strokes out. The turn doesn't begin at the wall, it begins 3 strokes out, where you take slightly longer, slightly shorter strokes so you hit the wall correctly and in rhythm. Then it's a quick rotation. Ideally, it takes less than 1 second from the time your hand touches the wall to your foot leaving. Push off in a nice flat line. You don't want to go down too much, you want to be right flat. Separate the hands, do your kick out, press through, and always remember at the top of the pull, when you finish your pull through, you don't want to round the shoulders. You want to stay squared off, and if anything, just bring the shoulders in a little bit to be more narrow. Then recover right along the body, touching the biceps, touching your shoulders, then kicking through narrow up toward the surface. Begin your out sweep before your head lifts up at all. A way you can get a standard performance measure in turns is to think in terms of when the head goes under the flags. It's a pretty simple way to do it. Head goes under the flags, do a turn, and time them from when the head goes out from under the flags. So in this duration in here, how long does that take? If you want to break it down a little bit more, you can count how long it takes to do the rotation on the wall as well. That's good information to know, just to have for each swimmer. It makes it a personal number. Swimmers like to get times, and in this way you're asking them to be timed in something that they really don't know what the ultimate time means. You just faster is better. And I guarantee you, if you just time it and do it a few times, they'll work on improving that turn. Ready, go. And I'm timing her from the time her head goes under the flags in breaststroke, right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick up her rotation too. Hands, feet leave, and heads under. Good job, does the whole pull out, that's what you want to do. 6.4 seconds from when your head went under the flags to it went beyond the flags. Your rotation time was 1.03 seconds, so that's pretty good. We want to be under a second, but 1.03 is very good. And the time your head goes under the flags right here, and then we'll watch our rotation. Hands, feet, and didn't begin to pull through by then. 6.7 seconds. 6.7 seconds, your rotation on the wall was 0.93. Good. Fly turn, very similar to the breaststroke turn, where you judge about 3 strokes out how you're going to hit the wall. You don't want to hit the wall here, and you don't want to glide too far either. But coming in and fly, you're coming a little faster, so be ready with those knees. Your knees actually can start pulling up a hair before you actually touch the wall. And when you do that on fly, that rotation is really critical because you're carrying a lot of speed, and if you just pull those knees up, that speed will help you rotate. Line it up, do your body dolphin kicks, and then exit and swim fly. See how she's coming in? She's judging where she is right now. She doesn't need to breathe to judge either. Rotate, pushing off on the side, start with the body dolphin kicks, and in through a breakout. A correction we're going to make here on that turn. That was a good turn, but I wanted to glide a little bit, do a couple of knee kicks, and then go into her full body dolphin kicks. She's very fast at underwater dolphin kicking, so we want to take advantage of it, but we don't want to break the line when she's leaving the wall. Glide, small kicks, then into bigger kicks. As she comes in, two-hand touch, knees up, glide, small kicks, now into the better kicks, and exit. Nice and powerful. In the butterfly stroke, we really teach our swimmers to not breathe the first stroke coming off the wall. We want them to come off low and efficient. And a lot of times when you breathe, that chest will come up, so you break that line up to the surface. It's the best to come out with no breath the first stroke, set the rhythm for the lap. On the fly to back turn, a couple things I want to emphasize here. Number one is that the fly to back turn should be about the quickest rotation for a short axis stroke. You're going from fly to back, so there's no turning over to your side, there's no twisting. It's straight in, straight out, very linear. You stay right in this column of water. You don't rotate to the side at all, nothing flies out to the side. It's slip in, slip underwater, and get off. The second thing I want to emphasize is that the energy usage should be very low. The beginning of the IM, the fly to back portion, the heart rate shouldn't have climbed up real high yet. It should be very efficient. You should allow that fly to flow through, accelerate a little bit into the wall, bring the knees up, come off gliding on that backstroke, bring in your dolphin kicks, set the tone for the backstroke portion of the IM within the first two hand hits, so you're kind of up and going when it's time. One last point about that butterfly touch is when you're going into flat walls, when you're using a flat wall pad, what we've been teaching lately is to touch with a top hand. The hand you're going to rotate, from here. The top hand is going to kind of be treated like a little bit like the wedge on a block, where you can push yourself off the block. This hand touches and pulls back. This hand actually give a little push to help cause that rotation in a flat wall situation. In gutters, the key is pretend like that gutter is 200 degrees, and you got to get your hands off of that gutter pretty quick, because you don't get the same kind of leverage as you would on a flat wall. Okay, as the swimmer comes in, the rhythmic building in flies, conserving energy but accelerating a little bit. Touch the wall high, snap the knees up, glide, and then bring in the dolphin kicks and do the breakout, set the tone for the next lap. Okay, you notice as the swimmer comes in, it's rhythmic, setting the line, and as she rotates in, she touches, one hand high, push off long glide, extend the kickouts, and then go into a breakout. There's lots of ways to turn in an individual medley from the back to the breast. Some are safer, some are faster. So what you want is a combination of both. What we use is a crossover turn at the advanced level. At the advanced level, a crossover turn is a smooth, quick way to rotate from your back to your stomach and get off narrow and quick. This is a mid-pool crossover turn. She's not going to come to the wall, just rotate to her side, come over, and just practice in the mid-pool. Like with most turns, I just like athletes to learn how to do turns at the mid-pool before we bring it to the wall. Never more important than in a crossover turn, because that's a really awkward position for a lot of athletes. The next way she's going to do it is she's going to do her crossover turn. In this case, she swim backstroke, she hits here, she comes, brings the bicep behind the ear, and comes back, and she'll reach for the wall. In this turn, we're not actually going to touch the wall, we're going to miss it by this much, and then we'll come closer and closer to the wall and get more comfortable. Right now, we're doing a backstroke pull, shifting over, bicep stays behind the ear. You need to touch the wall while you're in this position. As soon as you touch, though, you're allowed to rotate and do basically a freestyle turn. The crossover turn is much like a backstroke turn, except you're not rotating fully over until you actually, your hand sweeps the wall. This turn, she's going to miss the wall by a little bit just to practice the turn without the risk of jamming her hand up in the wall. A different angle for the crossover turn, straight ahead. You can see that when she comes over, her hand's staying behind the ear and just pausing on the wall. You'll see the crossover turn. She'll keep her bicep behind her ear as she comes over, touches, and she twists to her stomach as she pushes off before she does her kick out. Nice, smooth, fast crossover turn. For a younger swimmer or swimmers that don't necessarily want to do the advanced crossover turn, just touching while you're on your back, getting small again, rotating over quickly, and pushing off in a good line is basically a very fast way to do a turn. So let's watch Kathleen do that. As she comes in, she's setting up the wall. She's counting her strokes now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Knees up. Elbow behind the ear. Pull through. Kick to the surface. Keep in mind with younger swimmers especially that where the eyes go, the body follows. So when you're swimming along in backstroke and doing this crossover turn, or doing the open turn even for the younger swimmers, when you come in and if you turn the head or shoulders to the side, you begin to get in the danger of getting disqualified. You have to stay on the back. The goggles stay on the backstroke flags until you touch the wall, then you get small and exchange. This is a real careful turn here. She's going to touch the wall, be very safe with this. Goggles are watching, and then she comes in. That's plenty fast. So the breast to free transition in the IM is a lot of times a critical one, mostly because the athletes you're a little tired by then. It's the end of the breaststroke, you've exhausted some of your energy, not a lot left, you have to be ready to fight home in freestyle, but we shouldn't use a ton of energy on this turn. If you turn correctly, it's a place you can save energy. So when you come into that wall, use the adjustments into the wall to make sure you hit the wall well, knees up, let the water do the rotating for you. Don't lift the back up and use energy at that point. Stay small on the rotation, stay disciplined even though you're tired, slip down underwater, glide, a couple of little dolphin kicks into the flutter kick, and then powerfully attack that IM. I suggest also you not breathe the first stroke of freestyle to set the tempo for that lap. Coming in on breaststroke, this is for the IM, make the adjustments, and snap the knees, pushing off, transition to flutter, and no breath, away we go. The adjustment we're going to make here is I'm challenging her to think in terms of saving energy at this point, so when she rotates, glide before you begin the dolphin kicks. Let's watch this. Swimming in breaststroke. You want to see her come off the wall, knees up, very nice. Glide a little bit, now bring in the dolphin kicks. Just saved a lot of energy and she's traveling plenty fast. I'd like to thank you for letting me share this information with you. It's been great to be able to break down the strokes, put them back together with whole strokes with these outstanding young swimmers. I hope that you can take this information, apply it to your swimming to allow you to be the best that you can personally be.
Hello, my name is Jeff Dugdale. I'm the Director of High Performance. We invite you today to join us at David Marsh Performance in Swim Mac, Carolina. Our camps and clinics are designed to identify, create, and implement highly intentional pathways to excellence. If you are a motivated athlete or coach, we invite you to join us as we have lots of ideas and solutions. Contact us today.